mark World TB Day in the Western Cape, a group of Khayelitsha teens living with drug-resistant tuberculosis will unveil a 2-metre-tall artwork to share their battles with the disease. This alongside Doctors Without Borders, who've been running a pilot program in the area, one of the largest in the country, and are making great strides in their work. This year, their focus is on adolescents who they fear are being neglected in the country's response to the disease.
Well, the country has really been leading the way globally, in fact, in terms of drug-resistant tuberculosis. We've managed to roll out rapid diagnostic techniques to rapidly diagnose TB and drug-resistant TB. And the National Department of Health have really led the way in accessing a new drug called Pt1 since a couple of years ago. So getting access to people is improving, but we still feel like it's not quite getting to all of the people who need it.
Is there rapid rise in drug-resistant TB according to your research and of course your experience in the area?
Well, the incidence of drug-sensitive tuberculosis seems to be plateauing or even decreasing, but we've seen the proportion of cases of drug-resistant TB rising. Now, this is partly due to improved diagnostic techniques, so we're just finding more, but I suspect that there is an emerging epidemic of drug-resistant TB, and that is concerning because the treatment that we have available to treat it is not as good as it should be.
Now, the Khayelitsha program is one of the biggest in the country. What achievements have you, over the number of years that you're busy there, how's it going so far?
So essentially what we've been doing in Khayelitsha is to decentralize care for drug-resistant TB. So that means that a person can go to their local primary care clinic to be diagnosed and initiate MDR treatment. What we've also been managing to do is to reduce the time from somebody coming for screening to actually getting onto effective treatment. And we've also, through that process of decentralization, enabled better access to more people for new drugs such as bedaquiline, as well as this newer drug, delaminid, which is being discussed this year for World TB Day.
Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but your focus this year is on the neglect of the youth in this area. What research validates this, and what is the root cause of this neglect?
Well, in South Africa, MSF have 2 projects related to TB, one in Khayelitsha and one up in Ishawe in KwaZulu-Natal. And what we've noticed in our projects is that there are low levels of TB literacy, particularly amongst adolescents. There are also gaps in screening opportunities to diagnose adolescents with TB and also to identify adolescents who are in close contact with drug-resistant TB patients. Therefore, we need to really approach this as an opportunity to implement TB screening and education in schools. And this is something that is being planned by the Department of Education in collaboration with the Department of Health. And I believe it is part of the new National Strategic Plan, which is due to be unveiled next week.
Now, Sinatemba, you're sitting there next to the good doctor. Now, today there's a wonderful artwork, we understand, that will be unveiled. Tell us about the story about this particular mural.
Okay, thank you. The story behind this portrait is to tell people more about TB and learn more about TB and the patients that are taking the TB drugs.
Mm-hmm. What does it mean to you? Because apparently your face will be up on that mural.
It feels really good to have my face there because I will be motivating people to take their drugs and that people should finish their drugs on time and be discharged early. Mm-hmm.
How's your treatment going thus far? Because you're one of the first South Africans under the age of 18 to be treated with delaminid. How does it feel, and how's your control over your illness thus far?
It feels really good because at first I was weak, didn't have appetite to eat, but now this new drug called delaminid has helped me a lot. And now, before I go to school, my aunt wakes up early in the morning and wakes me up, and I take my drugs, and then I can rest a bit, then go to school.
Tell us about your journey with the disease, and what problems have you encountered?
It's been a long journey. and a painful one. But with the support of the counselors and Dr. Jen here, who always helps us and motivates us that we should take our drugs, it really helps not to just think that you are sick, but to just take your medication so that you can get better, and with the help of your family.